Hi, my name is W Gilroy and welcome to my studio. I'm a jeweler, born and raised here in Taos, New Mexico. Got behind me my jewelry bench, bunch of projects that I'm working on, and this is where a lot of my work goes on. Stone setting, engraving, inlay, etc. Work like that. Engraver ball, cool tools like a fusion welder. On my right here, I have my soldering station. And the anvil. With this here, I do a lot of stamping work, forging and forming of traditional silver jewelry. Yeah, this is kind of where all the traditional jewelry techniques go on. Right here, we've got a really cool machine. It's called a rose engine. Dates back to almost 1910, and I found this and rebuilt it. Essentially what it does, it's an ornamental engraving machine, and so I can do really cool work like this sunburst on this bolo tie. On my left here we have my lapidary, so I do a lot of my stone cutting here as well as grinding of titanium, Damascus stainless steel. So I do a lot of work in Damascus and titanium and other difficult metals. So you saw my kind of traditional jewelry setup for silver and gold work, but behind me here's my machine shop where I work with all these other metals. Here you have my hydraulic presses, so for bending Damascus steel or titanium, for stamping, for just moving metal, these are an essential part of my workshop. We have a 20-ton press for just general bending and shaping, a 55-ton press which can move metal a little better, and here we have a 150-ton press, which really for the toughest metals I can really forge them cold, stamp them, and do a lot of other work. Here you'll see are some of the dies. So these dies I use made out of hardened tool steel, and these are used for stamping metal for creating textures and other scenes. Here we have my manual mill, so this is great for cutting, shaping, and sort of transforming blocks of metal into more usable shapes for jewelry. Here I have a belt grinder, so again just more shaping, sanding, finishing of work. Alright, this machine here is my CNC Mill. It's a computer-controlled mill, and this is where I do a lot of my really finely detailed, high-precision work. Things like cutting settings for stones, doing engraving for gold inlay, and I do a lot of my die making, like you saw on the presses here. So, here we have my hardened lathe. I do a lot of wedding rings, engagement rings, and other work like that. And the majority of the shaping and turning of the rings is done here on this lathe. This thing's amazing, it's very precise, and dates back to the early 1950s, still running in beautiful shape. And yeah, it's a key part of a lot of my work as well. So the mountains are really where I feel at home, where I feel the most alive. And I'm a skier and a rock climber and a mountain biker, and my work here in the studio is kind of a way for me to dream about those experiences, to relive them in some extent, and to recreate some of the beauty that I experience out there. As a rock climber, I love textures, I love the feel of the rock, the sharpness of the granite or the texture in the sandstone. You know, looking at those details and trying to bring some of that beauty back is where I've done a lot of my textural work, and kind of that, I like that rugged look of the jewelry. Mountain skylines are incredible. I mean, from here in Taos we get to see beautiful sunsets and get to see the mountain skylines around us all the time.